Hi everyone, here's another colouring technique using Celebrate Sunflowers. So this time we're going to use sponge daubers. So this is the finished card. Patty Bennett demonstrated this technique. I've embossed the Whisper White with the texture, I can't remember the name of it now, hang on a moment. It's called the Tasteful Textile 3D Embossing Folder, and it's really useful as just giving a subtle texture when you emboss. So that's the finished card. So I've already stamped out the sunflowers, a large one in Bumblebee and a large one in Crushed Curry, and I've stamped these leaves in Garden Green. So I'm just going to demonstrate to you the colouring technique. So I'm going to start with the one which is stamped with Bumblebee. So first of all, I'm going to do the yellow, and I'm going to use Crushed Curry because it's a lighter yellow. So just basically have it darker at the bottom and just get the sponge dauber going outwards like this. It's a really good stamp, this, to colour with sponge daubers. The lovely thing is you get different sort of shading of colour, which I like. So that one is in the Crushed Curry on the Bumblebee. Now I might actually try the Daffodil Delight on this one. You'll see the difference, quite interesting. It's lovely the way that we have so many different colours, so you can really play around. So I want that a bit darker near the bottom. So you can see how well it's applying the ink, and you can decide where you want to go back to and apply a little bit more. So that's the Crushed Curry on this one. Stamped in Bumblebee, Crushed Curry, and this one is stamped in Crushed Curry and it's inked up with Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to put away my yellows, and now I'm coming to colour in the orange part. So I'm taking Pumpkin Pie for this one. So I'm just going to do this from the centre, just a little bit out, like that. And love it. You can always add more, but you can't actually take it away. So there's lovely orange colour, just a little bit more there I want. On this one, I'm going to use Mango Melody. Just get rid of some ink from my sponge. I mark my sponge daubers with a bit of cardstock. So this is the one for the oranges, this is the one for the greens, this is the one for the browns. And I find that helpful. I've just done that recently, actually. It took me that long to work that one out. So this is Mango Melody, which is going to give you a more subtle look. Just go on here. I think I probably prefer the pumpkin pie. But again, it depends what look you want. But can you see that gives a nice bit of shading? And then you've got obviously the Daffodil Delight on the outside. So those two different, those are a bit different. So now I'm actually going to colour this one with the soft suede and this one with cinnamon cider. And again, you'll see a difference. I'm going to start with this one first with cinnamon cider. And I'm just going to do a light application to start with, because I don't know how dark I actually want it, and because I do want those spots to show. So I actually think that that's dark enough. I'm happy with that. So this one I'm going to do in soft suede. Just start with a light application and look at it. And I think I want this one a bit darker. And I'm happy with that. Not a big difference, but just a slight difference. You can see I think that one's more like a sunflower, really. So I'm actually going to put some soft suede on here because I actually like the darker look. It's lovely the way you can just play around like this. I actually prefer that darker look on both of them. So those are the two sunflowers coloured in. Now we get to the leaves. So I've stamped 3 leaves here in Garden Green. And I'm going to colour them in with Granny Apple Green. So let's hope you can see, yes, you can see those there. So I'm going to again apply most of the ink in the centre and then just brush lightly towards the outside because I want most of the ink, the darker, on where the lines are. So that's quite light, actually. I quite like that. It'd be interesting to see. So that's the Granny Apple Green. So now let's try, having stamped in the Garden Green, now applying garden green and seeing what this looks like. And you'll have to decide for yourselves which one you like best. So this is the darker, and then we've got some granny apple green going on the outside, I think. So that's the darker one. That's quite an interesting colour. And perhaps the third one, we'll have a go with the Old Olive. I do so love these different shades of green. It is such fun experimenting with the different colours. The problem is once you start getting ink pads, you've really got to have them all, because you realise the variation in colour and everything, and they're just such fun to work with. So that's the Old Olive. So not a big difference. I did these ones earlier, which I cut out, which are more the granny apple green. I think that would probably go better with this sunflower, and the darker ones would go with the darker sunflowers. So yeah, there we go. So I hope you have fun with this technique. I'll just show you the card again. That's the finished card, and I've used some paper from Flowers for Every Season, paper 6x6 paper pack with the sunflowers. It's also got daisies in it as well, and the leaves were stamped with Just Jade on Just Jade cardstock and then cut out, and then just the simple thanks a bunch sentiment put at the bottom. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you have a go yourself and enjoyed this stamp set and bundle. Thanks, bye.